Yo, what's going on, guys? My name's Cast. Welcome back to another episode reaction of Solo Leveling. This time I'm on episode 2. So in the first episode, we got introduced a little bit to Sung Jinwoo, our main character, as well as some of his friends like Juhi, as well as the general world they live in, a world in which portals to other dimensions open up to fight magical beasts. Every hunter, which is what they're called, the Hunters and the Hunter Association, is divided up into ranks based on a magical power that was given to you, I guess, at birth, or it was acquired at some point. Granted, some of these people aren't old enough to have gotten it from birth, since the portals, I believe they said, opened 10 years ago. So at some point, you had a bit of a manifestation of your powers, and from there, you don't ever gain any more. So everybody is sort of locked into place as far as what their skill is, with the exception of them being able to buy items or create items from the essence stones that they get in the dungeons to make them more powerful. That was generally the world building done for the first episode, and for those of you that didn't see my first episode reaction, I will remind you that I actually did read a little bit of this manhwa years ago. My memory on it is extremely hazy. I really only remember what happens at the beginning, mostly in these first 2 episodes, I would imagine, and a couple little here and there's afterward, but for the most part, this is a pretty blind reaction because it's been so long and because I only read it once, and because, frankly, I read a lot of different things. The only other things that I feel are worth mentioning was at the beginning we saw the battle against the giant ants on that island. We had a group of S-rank hunters show up and deal with them, which I gotta say, now this might just be a me thing, but I might have underestimated those S-rank hunters a little bit because I think it's a very interesting choice to show off some of your most powerful hunters in a battle against giant bugs. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand the ants were strong and they were killing some of the lower rank people, but if you're gonna showcase like your flagship hunters, some of the strongest hunters out there, they're S ranks, right? So showcasing them by beating up giant dumb insects is kind of interesting. They're not like the most intimidating foe in the entire world. So I do think that's a little bit of an interesting and maybe questionable writing choice, but nonetheless, they do seem strong. And we also had Shahane, which was another girl that showed up. She's also S rank. We need to see more of her, but she seems cool. But yeah, other than that, I'm ready to see what goes down in this cave. I have a feeling that this episode is going to be better than the first one. Not that the first one was bad, but I feel like it was a little bit slow paced because they had to do a little bit of that world building. And we still have yet to see what's actually going to go down in this room with all these statues. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Be sure to leave a like on the video. And of course, if you want to watch the extended length version of this reaction, which is also clear, you can find that over on my Patreon right on the Soul tier. And with that said, let's get started on episode 2. Also, one other thing I want to mention really quick before we get started, the series might be a little bit rough for copyright, especially regarding the music, so apologies for any awkward edits that might have to come from that, but it is what it is. Yeah, it seems like an extremely hopeless situation. Okay, earning a little bit of respect. Not that that will matter too much if they all die. Oh wow, he lost his arm already. Yeah, Mr. Song's kind of sick, not gonna lie. He's tough. Wow. Okay, so that is kind of like what I said about her in the last episode. I mentioned that she doesn't seem to handle the pressure or the responsibility of being a healer too well, considering that she doesn't want to see people get hurt. I said that she wouldn't be cut out for a hunter, but that does make sense. She's going on easier raids, so she won't have to see as much gruesome stuff, which, you know, respect for that. But I will say I'm kind of impressed with Mr. Song here. It's really easy to write him off as like a fool for going into this whole thing with, you know, going against regulation, but to be fair, he held a vote and he did things in a somewhat right way, and he's considering Juhi's feelings about her anxiety more than the fact that he could maybe get his arm back if she just healed him. Very considerate considering the situation. I don't know what rank he is. Isn't he A or something? Yeah. This could be S for sure. He's putting it together. Oh. Is this a god of like all magical beasts? Interesting. And we get the opening here. So before we jump into the opening, I just want to say that I have to really admire Mr. Song's level of clear-headed thinking to put together what exactly is going on despite missing an entire arm. This guy's pretty real. Let's check out this opening. This is the girl that was at the exams or whatever. Yeah, she was getting like her magic tested or something. And that's his sister. Big ego, huh? You're gonna fight him alone. Alright, let's see it then. Let's see what a D rank hunter is capable of. That's just disrespectful. It's really just disrespectful. So just like get down and worship it, I guess. I thought he already put this together. He was the one that read it out loud, even the part where you don't leave alive. He's brave. I mean, granted, there is no other way. You can see the first main character-like traits of him. Hands and knees, boy. There you go. If there's any guy that's like, no way, I'm not doing it, I swear to God. Juhi's not doing it right, I don't think. This is only step 1 of 3, might I remind you. It's gonna be more. There it is. The iconic shot. Ooh, it's really creepy from a zoomed out perspective. What is this guy doing? Let's just say our goodbyes preemptively here. It's getting up. Oh. Dude, this is so sick. I don't remember any of the details of how this happened. I really remembered the smile, and that's about it. So, yeah. Hey, that crown looks really good. You're big and tall. What gym do you go to? Oh, this guy's stepping forward. He's so dead. He's gonna get stepped on. No. Don't close. This is the god of violence and death or something, man. Well, at least it's quick and painless. Quick and painless. Listen, you set your own death flags. This is nobody's fault but yours. Later, Mr. Park. Quick and painless. Damn. Wow. They are not going easy with the gore. I love it. Pretty quick, not totally painless. You can't even make that assumption yet, man. What are you talking about? If one of these guys gets bodied by like a violin string, I'm gonna be upset for them. Yeah, only one person. It's just messing with them at this point. It destroyed the guy that was really fast. What even happened? It just missed? This one's definitely less quick and painless. This isn't episode 5. The main character can't die yet. He made it. Did it step on his legs? Like, no, I guess it didn't. She left it. I don't know if that's a good idea. Oh. Okay, it didn't miss his legs. Got it. Can she heal that? Can we heal dismemberment? Oh no, she can only like numb the pain maybe. Ooh, overuse, I guess. Oh. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, we did not all decide together. At least 6 people have every right to be mad about being here. I'm sorry if you voted no. In which, by the way, I noticed that nearly all the women voted no. They have the most sense in this whole group. They weren't greedy about it. Not that I'm trying to say anything with that, but like seriously, if I was one of those people that voted no, I would snap at this guy saying we're all equally guilty. I know he's just coping, and I know he's just trying to look for somebody to blame, especially Mr. Song, but at least Mr. Song led it to a choice. He didn't say, okay guys, we're going. We need more loot. I don't know why I'm a Mr. Song defender all of a sudden, but I am, until he inevitably dies. Damn. No, I stand Mr. Song. He knows what's up. What was the last commandment? I am so not on this guy's side. Okay, but that was totally his fault. He got up and started like celebrating that it was over. Wow. This guy is the best. I'm a Mr. Song stan till I die. Mr. Song. What if the middle is like a safe zone? I'm just saying things because I actually don't remember how this goes. He already gave up an arm, isn't that enough sacrifice? We're just gonna trust that, I guess. Oh yeah. You need like 6 people? Okay, I'm sorry, but like take a look at this. This doesn't seem to be like rocket science, right? Is nobody seeing the flames that just appear out of nowhere when people step in the circle? There seems to be some strange deductive skills going on here. They were able to figure out the instrument thing, which was kind of a long shot, but they weren't able to figure out the commandment thing right away. And now they can't figure this thing out? I'm not hating, I'm just saying. Maybe they're low rank hunters not only because of their powers, but because of their observational awareness skills. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, I'm starting to think that the people outside the circle are going to be the ones that die. There are some on the part of the circles that aren't lit. Oh, this is literally Weeping Angels, okay. Oh, she did get out though. Only a certain amount of people can actually leave. Is it a devotion test? Right, yeah, if you stay, that's how you pass. He's figuring it out slowly. I can't honestly blame them. They got out at least. Interesting, okay. Yep. That's why you have to prove your faith. He's leaving for sure. He's running. This guy doesn't even have a chance to leave. He has no leg to run on. Come on, Sung. Dude, what a legend. Dude, he's so sick. Yeah, that's real nice, Juhi. I think Sung might be able to say the same. The fact that you have the audacity to say that in front of Sung, who's literally missing an entire leg. I don't know how I feel about this, Juhi. I know you're looking out for him. I know you want what's best. I know you want to survive. I know you're scared. But Jesus Christ, have some consideration here. Mr. Song's gonna carry both of them out, like the true Chad. Oh! Did the anime chop. I'm glad he made it out. You got life insurance? Well, hopefully the other guy had one too. This is just unfair. They one-tapped everybody else, but they're just messing with him. Okay. Jesus, this is so brutal. How have you not bled out? You're missing 2 limbs. This whole situation's just, I'm just gonna say it. It's not good. Jesus, how are you alive still? This is horrible, but how does he have so much blood in his body? Something's gonna stop him. You've earned the qualifications. Your heart will stop in 0.02 seconds. All right. And it seems I was right. That was definitely, in my opinion, better than the first episode. I really enjoyed that. Mr. Song, my heart goes out to you, man. I'm happy that he made it out alive. In fact, I'm happy that everybody made it out alive that actually did. It would be a shame if only the main character survived, which fortunately that's not the case. So as we saw at the end there, he unlocks some sort of little prompt thing, and I'm not gonna talk too much about it, obviously, but I like how they did that entire scene. Very brutal. Like, goodness gracious, this entire show, this entire episode has been more brutal than I remember it being. The first episode, I thought overall, if I'm being honest, was just good. It wasn't great, it wasn't amazing, but this one stepped it up. I think this was a really great episode. The pacing felt better. The way they introduced some of the other aspects of the world is a little bit better. It felt more natural and more like fluid as far as the flow of it. Them mentioning exactly like the dungeon breaks, for instance. It was very brief, but it was in a good time to mention it. It didn't feel like they were interjecting with anything. It didn't feel like they were just monologuing. I really think this series is going to end up being something really special if they can keep this pacing going and if they can keep up this level of quality. I'll be the first to come out and admit that I was a little bit hesitant, or at least I had my reservations about this adaptation, but so far it's really impressed me, and I hope, like I said in the first episode, I really hope that this sort of kickstarts the whole adaptation of the webtoon manhwa scene, because if they can keep this coming out in this quality, and if it can keep up this level of popularity and momentum that it has, it almost seems inevitable to me, which is really exciting because there are some really good manhwa and webtoons out there that would definitely benefit from being adapted. It's honestly really exciting, and I think this episode basically concludes the prelude, the prologue to the entire story. Be sure to leave a comment down below. For this episode, let's see what you think about Mr. Song. Tell me, do you like him? Do you hate him? Do you think he was selfish? Do you think he was a fool? Do you think he was a good man? I'm sure the responses are going to be interesting. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like on the video, and I will see you next week.